afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 as we begin another work week.
Another week. Happy August, everybody.
Oh
it's
gosh.
August 1st.
How can it be possible?
I know, the summer's going by so fast.
It's getting dark, you know.
Not yet.
No, not yet. We got plenty of warm weather coming up, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But first, here's what's making news on this Monday. Beloit police report a break in a 17-month-old murder case. Armin Rahman has the details of who's been arrested.
The death toll in those Kentucky floods is now over 30, and the news is not getting any better. There is more severe weather and thunderstorms on the way. And
a dramatic trade move by the Milwaukee Brewers with a fan favorite out the door. Let's take a look outside. Not a bad day today.
No.
Not too warm. It's August. It should be summery. These horses are liking it. Easy breathing tonight. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalte's out on the patio. A nice day out there.
Certainly was. The humidity levels are starting to drop. We got the rain out of the way early enough, so it's a pretty nice day. And take a look at the live view from the WISC Skycam. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds, and even those will dissipate over the next couple of hours. As we check out rain vision rainfall, last night a narrow band of showers and thunderstorms came through southern Wisconsin. The heaviest rain fell in a line from around Viroqua to just to the north of Madison. Some areas picked up a ½ inch to an inch of rain. Outside of that, some areas didn't get any rain at all, and the areas that saw rain generally less than a 1/10 of an inch. Last night, because of that rain, the humidity levels were high, and that's why our overnight low temperature was at 70. We're going to be about 10 degrees cooler than that tonight. Current temperatures right around 80 degrees, but with the lower humidity, it feels nice. There's plenty of sunshine out here. Otherwise, look for skies to become mostly clear this evening. Temperatures starting out around 80 degrees and ending up about 70 by late evening. It'll be even cooler overnight, but the warm and humid weather will be back before too long. I'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, we'll check back in a few minutes. Thank you. Tonight, the Beloit Police Department is one step closer to finding justice for 33-year-old Jordan Jefferson, who was fatally shot while outside of the 1300 block of West Grand Avenue in Beloit.
Charges have been filed against 27-year-old Damon Hanna. He was arrested in Madison last Thursday.
Armin Rahman is at the Beloit City Hall with the latest.
Hanna, a Beloit man, has been charged with first-degree intentional homicide, and the Beloit police chief says community information was key to arresting him in a case they've been investigating for more than a year. The Madison Police Department assisted in Hanna's arrest. Beloit Police Chief Andre Sales didn't say where it happened, and the chief did say that more arrests could be coming as they continue sifting through many community tips.
I think our community is seeing a lot of people losing their lives for senseless acts of violence. And I think they're fed up just like we're fed up. And they finally put their foot down. They said that we're going to work with the community. We're going to work with our police department to bring these individuals to justice.
Jefferson was shot around 11:30 the night of March 30th, 2021, and police believe it was a targeted incident. Now, Chief Sales says Hanna was extradited to Rock County. A cash bond for him has been set at $500,000. In Beloit, Armin Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armin, thank you. A man is facing charges after a 7-year-old Poinette boy was shot in the leg at a home over the weekend. Police say that man faces charges of leaving or storing a loaded firearm within the reach or easy access of a child and possession of drug paraphernalia. He's expected to face further charges in connection with the shooting. The man, who has not been formally charged in court, was arrested Saturday. Police say the child suffered a non-life-threatening injury.
A 52-year-old Minnesota man has been charged in a weekend stabbing attack on people who were tubing on a river in western Wisconsin. One teenager was killed and 4 other people were wounded. Nikolai of Prior Lake, Minnesota, is charged with 1 count of first-degree intentional homicide and 4 counts of attempted first-degree intentional homicide in St. Croix County. The judge set bond at $1 million for Mew, who appeared at the hearing by video. The family of the victim, 17-year-old Isaac Schumann of Stillwater, Minnesota, would have been a high school senior this fall.
A Dane County judge awarded about $163,000 in fees to attorneys for the liberal watchdog group American Oversight in an open records lawsuit it brought against former Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Michael Gableman. Gableman was hired by Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos to investigate the 2020 election. The fees will be paid by Wisconsin taxpayers and added to the total cost of the investigation that's now over $1 million. Judge Frank Remington's order was the second against Vos and Gableman in a week. Another judge last week awarded just over $98,000 to American Oversight in another open records case. Well, the August primary is next Tuesday here in Wisconsin, but there are some deadlines coming up this week that voters need to pay attention to.
Political reporter Will Keneally breaks it down for us. Will?
So the first deadline to keep in mind is this Thursday at 5 p.m. That's the deadline to request an absentee ballot to be sent to you by mail. But voters can still vote into the weekend via in-person absentee voting, also called early voting.
We have some of our locations are even open through this Sunday. We have 2 locations open on Sunday, August 7th. There is absolutely no in-person absentee voting on Monday, August 8th. That's a big one that we try to emphasize with people.
So we've also called what's called spoiling your ballot. That's where you cancel your old ballot and get a new one. That deadline for most people will be Thursday as well, unless you decide to go to one of the early voting locations over the weekend. So please check in with your clerk sooner than later if you are interested. And this August, Wisconsin has what's called an open primary, meaning that voters can vote in either party's primary. We'll have more on what to do with that next, or coming up tonight at 6.
We will see you at 6, Will. Thank you. The Milwaukee Brewers have made a big move ahead of tomorrow's MLB trade deadline, and it's one that has Brewer fans talking.
Sports director Zach Hanley is here with the details. People don't want to hear this.
No, the Brewer fans are definitely talking about this, but they're also scratching their heads because Milwaukee has traded Josh Hader to San Diego for Padres closer Taylor Rogers and 3 other prospects. Hader has been with the crew since 2015. He made his major league debut with the team in 2017. He's a 4-time All-Star, won the National League's Reliever of the Year award 3 times, and currently leads the MLB with 29 saves. This season, he's set to become a free agent at the end of next season. Brewers president of baseball operations, David Stern, says the move helps ensure that the future of the Milwaukee Brewers remains bright while not compromising our desire and expectations to win today. Stearns also added trading good players is difficult, but the move gives the Brewers the best chance for sustained competitiveness. The last time a first-place team traded an all-star of that year, 2014. So this doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen very often.
No. So my guess is that Devin Williams is going to move to the closing role, and then they're going to put the new guy Rogers as the setup man. But Rogers has been struggling too, just like Hader has. So
yeah, sometimes you just got to scratch your head a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people are doing.
Well, hopefully it will work out for all parties.
Fingers crossed.
All right, Zach, thank you.
Zach, good to see you. Thank you. The quarterback for the Cleveland Browns was suspended for 6 games today for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. Deshaun Watson had accusations of sexual misconduct made against him by 24 women in Texas during massage treatments. Watson practiced with the team today after the suspension was announced by a disciplinary officer who reached the conclusion that Watson's behavior was, quote, more egregious than any before reviewed by the NFL. The NFL itself asked for an open-ended suspension of at least a year.
I know we're far from being done of handling what we need to handle on the legal side, but today is definitely a big day, and I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for, letting the truth be heard.
Watson, who played for 4 seasons with Houston before being traded to Cleveland in March, recently settled 23 of 24 lawsuits filed by women alleging sexual harassment and assault during massage therapy appointments in 2020 and 2021.
A major milestone for Wisconsin, 10 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have been administered throughout the state. That includes 2.5 million booster doses. Governor Tony Evers made the announcement with state health officials today. They also said over 60% of residents have completed a vaccine series, with 35% also getting an additional booster dose. President Biden has tested positive for a rebound case of COVID. The president is once again working in isolation after testing positive for COVID on the heels of his first bout with the virus. The president's physician called it a rebound positivity. Doctors say the rebound cases have occurred in some patients who've taken the antiviral Paxlovid. The president received the treatment after his first COVID diagnosis on July 21st.
In the clinical trials of Paxlovid, less than 10% of people experience a rebound of symptoms or test positivity after completing their course of Paxlovid.
The president's doctor says he'll remain in strict isolation, but he is symptom-free and is not expected to receive a new round of treatment. The president will wait until he receives 2 negative tests before coming out of isolation. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is in Asia with a group of congressional Democrats.
But there are new tensions between the U.S. and China over whether or not Pelosi could add a stop in Taiwan. Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi kicked off her trip to Asia in Singapore, meeting with the nation's prime minister and president. Joining her are several House Democrats, with stops also planned in Malaysia, South Korea, and Japan. The group says it plans to hold high-level meetings to discuss topics including peace and security, economic growth, human rights, and democracy. But tensions between the U.S. and China have ratcheted up over reports the speaker could also make a possible stop in Taiwan as soon as Tuesday.
Speaker Pelosi, will you be going to Taiwan?
Speaker Pelosi has not confirmed the visit, though Taiwanese-American lawyer Jan Young-Lin says a possible stop would be a strong show of support.
I hope she can actually go to Taiwan.
In a phone call between Chinese President Xi Jinping and President Biden last week, China warned against playing with fire.
Beijing considers Taiwan its territory, though the island is self-rule. China says it would regard a possible Pelosi visit as a provocation.
Monday, a spokesman for China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs repeated warnings of possible military action, saying the country could, quote, take strong countermeasures to safeguard its sovereignty and territorial integrity.
There is no reason for Beijing to turn a potential visit consistent with long-standing U.S. policy into some sort of crisis or conflict.
Washington's One China policy recognizes that Taiwan is part of China, but supports Taiwan's democratic values and opposes any forced change to the status. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
If Pelosi decided to go to Taiwan, she would be the highest-ranking U.S. government official to visit since former House Speaker Newt Gingrich went in 1997.
The first ship departed Odessa under a landmark grains deal today, carrying Ukrainian grain to Lebanon. It's the first time the country's been able to do this since the start of Russia's invasion, and followed a grain deal struck between Ukraine, Russia, the United Nations, and Turkey to avert a global food crisis.
Flooding in Kentucky has now claimed at least 30 lives. Washed out roads and bridges are making it very difficult for first responders to access remote areas of eastern Kentucky. In some of those places, the only way out has been by air. The National Guard alone has pulled over 400 survivors from the floodwaters, and the threat of even more flooding has added new urgency.
If things weren't hard enough on the people of this region, they're getting rain right now. There is severe storm potential today in all of the impacted areas. That is just not right.
Officials remain focused on finding additional survivors. They're also working to restore electricity and make housing available before temperatures rise into the mid-90s later this week. And California officials say 2 bodies were found inside a charred vehicle in a driveway in the wildfire zone. The McKinney fire in Northern California was burning out of control in the Klamath National Forest. Officials say the blaze near the Oregon state line has grown to more than 82 square miles. The bodies were found on Sunday.
A new study that found adults who participated in sports as children have more grit. The researchers define grit as the combination of passion and perseverance that helps people achieve their long-term goals. The Ohio State University study found that children who play sports learn what it's like to struggle. They learn new skills to overcome challenges and learn to bounce back after failure. So that's what's wrong with me. With prices on the rise on almost everything, money can be tight these days.
Are we in a recession or not? And does it even matter? Our happiness expert, Christine Whelan, has some thoughts about that when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Waunakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows. We've done the runaround.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different. The experts guided us through every step of their no-pressure process.
We really loved their educational approach. Next Door and Window helped us understand what was right for us.
They have a totally different approach to doors and windows. They made the window and door replacement process simple.
Call 844-600-NEXT to get 50% off your installation.
Welcome to my digestive system. It's pretty common here with a line probiotic. You see, your gut has good and bad bacteria. And when you get off balance, you may feel it. The bloating, the gas. But Align helps me trust my gut again.
Plus, it's recommended by doctors nearly 2 times more than any other probiotic brand.
Just one a day naturally helps promote a balanced gut and soothe occasional bloating, gas, and discomfort. Align Probiotic. Welcome to an Align gut.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go. With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with even faster speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look. With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Call now.
I'm Tim Michaels. The radical left, they're destroying everything we love about America. And too many establishment Republicans, they're along for the ride.
Tim Michaels, Army veteran, endorsed by President Trump.
I'm not some career politician. I'm a self-made Wisconsin businessman who doesn't give a rip about the special interests or their money. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to turn Madison upside down and take back the freedoms that make Wisconsin great.
Tim Michaels for governor, endorsed by President Trump.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Waunakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
Welcome back. Today is World Lung Cancer Day.
It's to raise awareness about the leading cause of cancer deaths in the U.S. Denise Lee passed a billboard like this one every day on the way home from work in 2017, encouraging lung cancer screening for people at high risk. She had just quit smoking after 40 years. She scheduled a scan, and it revealed early-stage lung cancer.
I had my upper left lobe removed. I had 17 lymph nodes removed. And then I had some factors that were indicative of a higher rate of recurrence.
75% of people in this country who are diagnosed with lung cancer are diagnosed at this most advanced stages where it's hardest to cure.
A new American Lung Association survey shows nearly 70% of Americans are not familiar with the availability of lung cancer screening for early detection. The guidelines now recommend screening for people between the ages of 50 and 80 with a 20-pack year smoking history, current smokers or ones who have quit within the last 15 years.
Stocks were slightly lower on Wall Street after last week's rally. The Dow Industrials gave up 46 points, closing to 32,798. The Nasdaq was down 21. The S&P 500 was off 11. There's been a lot of talk that a recession is coming and may already be upon us.
Yep, people are already struggling with higher prices for everything, and the unhappiness associated with that is real.
Is it true that money can buy happiness? Our happiness expert, UW-Madison professor Christine Whelan, is back with us today. Welcome back to Live at 4.
Hi, Christine.
Hi there. Good to be here.
So what is the Easterland Paradox that you're talking about today?
Well, all right. So first of all, we're hearing a lot about a recession, right? And we don't know if we're in one and for how long. But the way that this impacts our happiness and well-being is twofold. First of all, we have this idea that as long as the economy is growing, things are good. But that doesn't always translate into happiness for ourselves as individuals. At the same time, when prices rise, when we can't afford the things that we used to, we do take a hit to our happiness. And so economists have been studying this for decades. And back in the 70s, in the last kind of big of the version of these, Richard Easterland came out with this idea of the Easterland Paradox. And that's the idea that after a certain point, more money does not make you more happy. And it seems like we may be about to kind of test that a little bit these days.
But that's at a certain point, right? You know, if you won the Mega Millions, you'd be happy to a point. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So actually, the Mega Millions example is a really interesting one. You would think that if you won the lottery, you would be more happy. But it turns out that, yeah, you have that moment of joy. Then everybody comes after you for the money. And it can actually make you less happy. But for the rest of us who aren't going to be winning the Mega Millions, the challenge with money is that we end up in something called hedonic adaptation. That's the fancy academic word for saying we get used to having nice things. And then the nice things actually don't bring us pleasure anymore. We just sort of think of them as normal right up until we can't have them anymore, and then we are even more upset.
So maybe enjoy a larger number of smaller things?
So I have a couple recommendations for people right now. First of all, when you think about money and happiness, maybe separate it a little bit and think about how to spend your resources in terms of what you value most. That actually is the definition of thrift, right? So that actually means using your resources and keeping with your values for yourself and the greater good. So if you can think about spending your money that way. The second thing is, yeah, actually buying some little things and having those small pleasures and really savoring them rather than spending money on one big thing. Actually, those little pleasures can give more of a boost to your happiness if you enjoy them in the moment. And then really the final tip is know that it's not just your money that is valuable, but your time. And if you're spending your time in terms of investing in relationships, well, that's going to pay a much higher dividend.
Absolutely. So money doesn't necessarily buy happiness.
And what is the answer to the age-old question?
You can't buy me love, but money can make life a little bit easier for sure. So I certainly am going to be the last person to tell you to ignore money entirely, but don't put all of your happiness in the ups and downs of the stock market. Try relationships instead.
Good advice as usual.
That is very good advice.
Christine, thank you.
Great to see you, Christine. Thanks so much.
Good to see you too.
Well, there are a lot of things you have to worry about when you anchor a TV news program.
You wouldn't think losing a tooth on the air would be one of them, but apparently it is. We'll have that story coming up after Gary's First Warn forecast.
Check out my Playscape two-piece sectional. The $12.99 price tag makes it great. The 2 colors and 5 decorative pillows makes it greater. The comfy pop-up sleeper with Bobapedic memory foam makes it greater.
Get Boss discount!
Greater.
I want to share my story so others can know that they are not alone.
When my mom and dad were first expecting, the pregnancy had complications and there was very little chance of survival. My mom's health was at risk too. She chose to end the pregnancy.
It was my decision, not some politicians.
Every woman should have the right to make her own decision. And I'll fight alongside you every step of the way until you do. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Oh, wow. Packer scratch games are back, and there's a chance to win 2 season tickets for 2 years?
Piggies in a blankie.
Thank you.
Wisconsin Lottery Packers scratch games are back with instant cash prizes and a bonus drawing for 2 Packer season tickets for 2 years. With prizes this exciting, everything feels like an opportunity for a big play. Available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
All right, go Pack, go, right?
The Stanley Steamer started with 1 man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
And he got so upset at me. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward?
Just for saving?
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book?
How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash reward for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
That's me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
My Blake dining set, table and 6 chairs, or table, 4 chairs and bench in 3 finishes, in dining height or counter height. With Bob's discount, only $5.99. And now, how am I going to tie my shoes?
Get Bob's discount.
Well, take a look at this. The Museum of Ice Cream opened to the public over the weekend in Shanghai, attracting many young visitors with immersive installations that provide multi-sensory experiences. The first of its kind in China, the museum comes from New York and is designed as a venue for the frozen dessert-themed indoor carnival, making it even more popular in the hot summer days. Decorated in hues of pink, the museum is filled with design elements perfect for selfies.
I'm filling in on the 4 o'clock show. No ice cream here.
Yeah, right. No, just a selfie. We'll take a selfie with you.
I can do that any day.
So we took the alert day out on Wednesday, which is good news.
I did, yeah. It looks like thunderstorms will be in here early enough to keep us from getting as hot as we expected to get, and hopefully the severe weather threat will be down as well. I'll have more on that and any changes in the forecast after that in just a few minutes.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer. The Summer Supercharged Sales Event is here. So stop by your Ford dealer today and check out great offers on select Ford vehicles. Then discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Choose Flex Buy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% APR financing for 66 months.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses are proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked 3rd shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
In a recent clinical study,
patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity,
using less or a lot less oral pain medicines,
and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Get Farmers and you could save money with the Safe Driver discount just by having a clean driving record for 3 years. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks.
Come on.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, let's start out with the good news. We took the alert day out of the forecast for Wednesday for two reasons. Number one, the heat is not going to be quite as intense as what we thought it would be. If you take a look at the high temperature trend over the next 10 days, temperatures will still be above normal over that entire period. But notice Wednesday, high temperature of 85. Before we had high temperatures in the lower to middle 90s. But thunderstorms look like they're going to arrive early enough in the day to keep our temperatures down a bit. So any storms will cool things down. Now there could be a few areas that either miss out on the rain or see the storms form later in the afternoon. Those spots could get a little bit higher. The humidity drops off a little bit, and then temperatures do warm up to around 90 by Saturday, but the humidity shouldn't be as high. So no alert day there. And then those temperatures, like I say, slightly above normal as we head into next week, and the humidity levels should also be low as well. On Doppler track, the showers and thunderstorms that we had early this morning have moved off to the east. They're now into Michigan and heading away from us. Nothing upstream right now, and that's because the air has dried out here, but that will change before too long. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center severe weather outlook for tomorrow has a slight risk or a level 1 or level 2 risk across far northern Wisconsin and a marginal or level 1 risk down about as far south as Wausau, or actually probably Merrill and Rhinelander. And that's because as warm, more humid air starts lifting northward, that's where the greatest threat for severe weather will be. Southern Wisconsin, we could see a couple of thunderstorms mainly north of Madison, but the rest of southern Wisconsin should remain precipitation free. Then as that cold front comes through during the day on Wednesday, triggering those thunderstorms that will break the heat a little bit, notice where the marginal risk or level 1 risk is, mainly over far southeastern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. That's where the more intense thunderstorms will develop later in the afternoon. Again, they'll get here early enough that will keep our temperatures down a bit compared to what we were looking at before. So three things you need to know in the forecast. It'll be cooler and less humid for tonight. Very comfortable weather. One of those nights you can probably shut off the air conditioner and open the windows, but the heat and humidity start coming back for tomorrow with high temperatures in the middle 80s. Then that thunderstorm chance north of Madison tomorrow night, but everywhere we should see thunderstorms on Wednesday, and that will keep our temperatures down, at least compared to what we were looking at before. And then the temperatures stay warm, but with low humidity for Thursday and Friday, so the weather should be pretty comfortable. On weather track, notice the upper level winds have become a little more northwesterly here, so that's starting to allow a little bit cooler Canadian air to come in just for the time being. But notice out to the west, that jet stream starting to push back northward, and notice the lack of clouds out there too. That's the heat that will start moving in here for tomorrow, but fortunately it'll be cut off in time on Wednesday by those thunderstorms. The showers and thunderstorms that came through last night were on a cold front. Notice the front becomes stationary to the south, and then out to the west becomes a warm front. So temperatures on this side of the front are much warmer than they are where we are right now. In fact, you take a look at our part of the Midwest, 70s, around 80 degrees here. Not far to the south and west. Des Moines, Iowa right now sitting at 91 degrees. So I'm thinking at least mid-80s for tomorrow. And the dew points have also come down as well. Lower 60s here, some 50s up to the north. That's good sleeping weather. But to the south and west, the dew points already starting to get in the 60s and a few places around 70 over far southeast or southwestern portions of Iowa. And unfortunately, we'll feel the mugginess tomorrow. So 86 for a high tomorrow. Dry during the day. Look for mostly sunny skies. But as we take a look at future track, tonight, those temperatures dropping off into around 60. Tomorrow, already around 80 degrees by lunchtime, and then during the afternoon, high temperatures in the middle 80s. Plenty of sunshine during the day. Tomorrow night, a few clouds start to develop. Temperatures in the lower 80s by about midnight, but later tomorrow night, maybe a couple of showers and thunderstorms north of Madison. Look at the overnight low temperature, mid-70s, very muggy. And then on Wednesday, again, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not an all-day rain, but enough to keep our temperatures down. So I'm looking for a high temperature of about 85 degrees. And eventually, notice the wind shift to the north and west. That'll bring in drier air, especially as we head into perhaps Thursday and Friday. Rainfall amounts up to the north could be heavy, especially if a couple of rounds of storms go through. Southern parts of the viewing area, a tenth to a quarter of an inch, but there could be some heavier amounts and a heavier thunderstorm that moves on through. Otherwise, the 7 to 10 day forecast, again, that drop in the heat and humidity for Thursday and Friday, highs low to mid 80s. Back up to 90 on Saturday and 86 on Sunday. There will be a thunderstorm chance there. I don't think it's going to be a very high chance, but at least enough to perhaps break the heat a little bit for Sunday. And then next next week looking very comfortable. Highs in the mid-80s, but with low humidity and plenty of sunshine. That's the kind of forecast you like to see for summer.
Absolutely.
Happy August. Do you think there's a chance the concert might be canceled tomorrow night?
It'll be a wait-and-see thing. Wednesday night. Yeah.
Excuse me, Wednesday night.
It just depends on the timing of the storm. Some of the computer models bring the storms out fast enough that we could get it in, but, people setting out blankets and stuff in the afternoon might be a little wet for that.
They make that call at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So.
Yeah, so we'll see at that point.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
It's time to introduce you to our pets of the week.
Jacques and Bandit. They are adult rats. They're a bonded pair, and they must be adopted together. Now, before you go, ooh, rats are actually very smart, and they can be taught tricks as well as master puzzles and mazes. They are very social, and they create lifelong bonds with their pet parents. So are you ready to snuggle these cuties? They are cute, aren't they?
They're not like the ones in the sewers in New York. It's a different...
That's right. It's not pizza rats.
Actually, pizza rat would be good.
If you're interested in adopting them, visit the Humane Society website at giveshelter.org.
Well, are you a car enthusiast? Then head to Madison International Speedway in Oregon on Saturday for the Subaru Flat, what is it? Something test. Flat Fest. I don't think that's right, but I'll read on. The festival includes a car show, autocross, muffler exhaust competition, street drags, and more. Pre-registration cutoff for the event is midnight on Thursday. The festival benefits the Dane County Humane Society and the American Family Children's Hospital. To learn more, go to giveshelter.org/events. Now, what is it? Fest. I'm ahead of the dog 2 weeks ago, and Sadie, the senior cat featured 4 weeks ago, have both been adopted.
Sadie was 15 years old.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. That's
Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in adopting the rats, or check out the other animals with the Dane County Humane Society, giveshelter.org. Jacques and Bandit.
That's the ones.
All right, our back-to-school drive continues this week, and we're making it as easy as possible to donate.
McKenna Alexander breaks down how you can donate from the comfort of your couch through our Amazon wish list.
You can donate to our back-to-school fundraiser while you're watching News 3 Now right now. It's all thanks to an Amazon wish list that you can find up on channel3000.com. There are more than 100 items that are already pre-selected, so it makes it really easy for you to give back without having to take the time to pick out those items yourself. Many of the wish list items include basic school supplies that are essential to students, starting at the grade level of pre-K all the way up to college.
Once you're on the wish list, you get to pick and choose items that you want to put into your cart, and then you can proceed with your order, and then your items will ship out immediately to our office.
So, like Wendy said, all you have to do is visit the wish list, select the items you want to purchase before adding them to your cart. Then you check out. And there's no need to put in your address or even the Boys and Girls Club address, because the items will ship directly to their office once you place their order. So it really is that simple. Now, again, for the link to that Amazon wish list, you can just visit our website at channel3000.com. For News 3 Now this morning, I'm McKenna Alexander.
Thank you, McKenna, and tune in to News 3 Now this morning all week long for continuing coverage of our school supply drive. We'll tell you how you can donate and how those donations are going to benefit area kids. Then tune in Friday morning for our big Fill the Boat Day at Lake Wingra. For more details, visit channel3000.com.
Couldn't be easier. All right, up next, an anchor person's worst nightmare comes true.
And coming up next hour at 5, the fittest on earth are fighting to compete in the CrossFit Games this week. What does it take to bring the greatest to Madison? We'll have that story coming up at 5.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
At TSR, we transform your old, beat-up concrete into a beautiful, durable surface in one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings. We specialize in garages, patios, pool decks, basements, and more. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We start by grinding it down, then we apply the base coat and chip and seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are beautiful, durable, ridiculously easy to clean, and are backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. Our in-house team is ready to answer any questions that you have before and after the install. And right now on all projects, we're offering 15% off. Call the number shown below or visit our website for your new floor today.
One-day floor.
And my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
What planet is he living on? Record gas prices, 40-year high inflation, costing families $5 grand more for their necessities. Sorry, Joe, that's the wrong direction. Here on planet Earth, Senator Johnson voted against Biden's massive deficit spending that sparked inflation, and he passed tax cuts to help Wisconsin families survive the economic turmoil caused by Democrats.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of summer on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
New at 5, pushing the limit. CrossFit athletes from all over the world travel to Madison to compete this week. News 3 Now examines how it will impact local businesses.
Lower humidity tonight will make it seem much more comfortable. The humidity climbs again for tomorrow, along with the temperature, leading to scattered showers and thunderstorms by Wednesday. Julian Seawright will let you know when we'll cool off at 5.
Ahead at 6, monkeypox clinics open today. Public Health Madison and Dane County share how it plans to meet the high demand of the community. That's tonight at 6.
Well, when you're on TV for a living, lots of embarrassing things can happen to you in front of a live audience.
No, that never happens. You may think losing a tooth on air is not very common, but it's happened.
As Jeannie Mose reports, it's not an isolated incident.
Words you never want to hear yourself say on live TV.
Well, hang on. I think my tooth is about to fall out.
Craig Bennett is an entertainment reporter for Australia's Studio 10.
Sorry.
Grab this.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. My tooth.
What did you do? Did you bite into something?
I did. I can't believe it.
Smile. Craig later said the tooth felt a little wobbly earlier, but he figured it would make it through the morning.
Not something you see on telly every day, is it? Somebody in the... And now I'm whistling as I speak.
Actually, we have seen it on the telly before.
My tooth's falling out.
Sharon Osbourne lost an implant during the show The Talk, and she talked about the cost.
And I spent a bloody fortune.
The audience ate it up.
No, don't show.
A Ukrainian TV anchor was a lot more subtle, using her hand to catch her tooth as it fell out. If it weren't for a glimpse of the gap, you might never know. Both the Ukrainian anchor and Craig.
You look like an adorable chimney sweep.
Won praise for soldiering on. What a trooper. Someone wondered, does the Tooth Fairy pay a premium if you lose it live on national TV?
And I'll see if I can just pop it back in. Oh, my God.
Oh, crap.
No, it's not going to stay.
It's hard to be an incisive reporter when you've lost your incisor. Jeannie Mose, CNN.
I can't believe it.
New York.
At least that hasn't happened yet.
No, it's not yet. Knock on wood.
They're all in there. There's a new #1 film at the box office.
Film critic Will Loper has the numbers and suggestions on what to watch when Live at 4 continues.
There's a
a difference in a small town where family values still hold true. Welcome to the Portage Furniture Store. Well, we ventured back to Portage and look at who we found, the two Ayers brothers, Austin and Aaron. It's good to see you guys.
Welcome back.
So how is business? How is life?
Business has been great. You know, it's been very busy, busy for both of us. A couple new kiddos in the past year. So no, but business has been doing great.
I know you really want to give a shout out to all of the people around this area that shop local, that choose to come right here to Cook Street to see the two of you.
Obviously, first and foremost, we're so appreciative of our customers, and there's just been such a strong sentiment to shop local, shop small, support family business. And you know, I guess with the inventory, we've been very blessed. We've got a packed showroom, trucks coming in every week. We've really, we're running out of places to put everything. We're in good shape.
I feel like there's such a difference in the customer's mood when they walk in. They don't have that anxious feeling of, oh gosh, here comes the salesperson coming over to talk to me. Why is that so different here?
We put a major emphasis on no pressure shopping. Our salespeople, they're fantastic. They're gonna be there when you need them, but they're gonna let you, try everything out, and they're gonna leave you alone, let you relax.
So all these years later, the big question is, there's still the Portage Furniture free delivery?
Yep, absolutely. Still the free delivery. Gonna bring it right into your home, set it up, make it perfect for you. They'll even cook you dinner or sing a song for you if you need. They're just fantastic.
That's that small, local, family feel business mentality. You can't replicate it, right?
We're the Ayers family.
From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Hi, I'm Scott Walker. Please join me in voting for Rebecca Clayfish for governor. Rebecca stood with me as we took on the big government special interest and cut taxes. While Rebecca and I were fighting for reform, Tim Michael's company was teaming up with the union bosses and those lobbying for a gas tax increase. Rebecca and I knew that these increases would hurt Wisconsin families, so we stopped them. There's only one conservative fighter in the race for governor. Her name is Rebecca Clayfish.
I want to share my story so others can know that they are not alone.
When my mom and dad were first expecting, the pregnancy had complications and there was very little chance of survival. My mom's health was at risk too. She chose to end the pregnancy.
It was my decision, not some politicians.
Every woman should have the right to make her own decision. And I'll fight alongside you every step of the way until you do. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
As we check out first warning traffic, got a problem on southbound Stoughton Road. There's an accident near Flom Road, so traffic, southbound lanes of Stoughton Road are closed. Use Cottage Grove Road over to Monona Drive, heading down to the Beltline if you're heading to the south through that area. Otherwise, the Beltline looking in pretty good shape now. Those flex lanes are open, traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions. Just a little bit of a slowdown around Monona Drive. I-39, 90, and 94 on the east side of Madison, as well as East Washington Avenue and US 151 heading out towards Sun Prairie. No problems at all. That's your news for now. First warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Well, there's a new #1 movie in America, and it's not Nope.
Here's film critic Will Loper with the numbers.
Hey, Susan and Mark. Load up the news hounds and make sure their capes are ironed for the latest movie in theaters, DC League of Super Pets, which opened to a middle-of-the-road $23 million.
My dog's the best, but he's not the greatest with other animals.
What is new with you, fellow normal dog?
I bit the FedEx guy the other day.
Who was he working for? General Zod, the Legion of Doom?
FedEx.
By comparison, the Lego Batman movie opened to $53 million back in February 2017. So while families did show up, they didn't show up in as big of numbers.
You know what they say about dogs, don't you?
Never feed us chocolate.
We love unconditionally.
The movie follows Superman, voiced by John Krasinski, and his dog Crypto, voiced by Dwayne Johnson, as they fly around the city saving the day.
Superman.
I am Lulu, and you will kneel before me, you piece of...
Aw, aren't you a little ray of sunshine?
That is until a superpowered hairless guinea pig captures the Justice League. and it's up to Crypto and other animals with superpowers to rescue their heroes.
My best friend is in danger, and you have to help me.
Well, we're just a bunch of shelter pets, but they're stronger than you think.
The mighty Oink. I didn't see anything.
Super Pets is a fun diversion for young kids, but adults dragged along to the theater won't have as good a time.
What do I have here?
Squeezy Bruce!
Fetch! If you have a family to entertain, this film will save the day. Otherwise, you're safe in skipping it.
That seemed incredibly painful.
Over on streaming services, coming to Disney Plus on Wednesday is the Pixar film Lightyear.
A year of work for a 4-minute flight. Isn't that something?
We're all ready if you are, sir.
Well,
Chris Evans voices the man that is the character from the movie of the toy from Toy Story. Okay, all you really need to know is that it's a space adventure movie.
That was utterly terrifying, and I regret having joined you.
New on Friday on Hulu is the film Prey.
Why do you want to hunt? Because you all think that I can't. I saw a sign in the sky.
The film takes place in the Predator film franchise, showing the first time predators came to Earth.
It knows how to hunt. I know how to survive.
And coming to Amazon Prime this Friday is the film 13 Lives.
We're on the list of rescue divers. It's just a tourist cove. It looks easy, but when it's flooded, it's impassable.
Ron Howard directs the film based on the 2018 cave rescue of 12 Thai boys and their coach, and stars Viggo Mortensen and Colin Farrell, who suffered from panic attacks while filming.
It takes a certain kind of mindset for the deep cave diving. You have to be a bit nuts.
Although it covers much of the same ground as the 2021 documentary The Rescue, which is absolutely worth seeing.
So you are expecting casualties?
Yes. 13 Lives is nonetheless just as gripping and worth watching. For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
That does look gripping.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, and let's take the news hounds to see the pets.
Parts of it look very funny. All right, we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
And my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
What planet is he living on? Record gas prices, 40-year high inflation, costing families $5 grand more for their necessities. Sorry, Joe, that's the wrong direction. Here on planet Earth, Senator Johnson voted against Biden's massive deficit spending that sparked inflation, and he passed tax cuts to help Wisconsin families survive the economic turmoil caused by Democrats.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
The suspect from the East Side shooting this weekend is still on the loose. We speak with a victim about the altercation. Then the fittest on earth are fighting to compete in the CrossFit Games this week. What does it take to bring the greatest to Madison? That's coming up at 5.
Burned by a local home improvement business owner for thousands of dollars.
He'll gladly take your money and you'll never see any services from him.
With dozens of contracting jobs left unfinished, customers turn to our Call for Action team. See how we're taking action tonight at 10.
There's the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. It's always a good sign to see those fair weather cumulus clouds and really no buildups or anything there. So not looking for any rain tonight. In fact, the air is drying out pretty nicely. Temperatures are in the upper 70s north of Madison here in town, around 80. A little warmer to the south, 84 in Janesville, 85 in Milwaukee and Kenosha. But the winds out of the northwest, that'll bring in cooler weather for tonight. Look for temperatures to slowly fall from near 80 where they are now down to about 70 degrees by 10 p.m. But notice the sky is clearing out. If you like the heat and humidity, just stick around. It'll be back by late tomorrow afternoon into Wednesday.
It's just August 1st. Thanks, Gary.
You're welcome.
Coming up tomorrow here on Live at 4, UW host Dr. Jeff Potoff has all the latest COVID news and vaccine updates.
And summer is flying by, but there's good news. Consumer Reports says the month of August is jam-packed with great deals, and we'll have them tomorrow on Live at 4.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
When President Trump called for a southern border wall, I didn't just agree. I built him a prototype.
Tim Michaels, endorsed by President Trump.
Now, instead of building the wall, Joe Biden's rolling out the red carpet for illegal immigrants. Totally, completely, utterly incompetent.
Conservative Tim Michaels, endorsed by President Trump.
For illegals, no driver's license, no benefits, no tuition. There's nothing racist about enforcing our laws. And when I'm governor, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri. Breztri gives me better breathing and helps prevent flare-ups. Before Breztri, I was stuck in the past. I still had bad days. Flare-ups, which kept me from doing what I love. My doctor said, for my COPD, it was time for Breztri. Breztri gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups. Like no other COPD medicine, Breztri was proven to reduce flare-ups by 52%.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help. If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Judge, Fancy Feast, the cat food company, is opening a restaurant.
Serving its food to people. Fancy Feast is looking to expand its company into feline-inspired human cuisine. It's opening an Italian restaurant in New York City to celebrate the company's new line. Gatto Bianco, which means white cat, is described by Fancy Feast as an Italian-style trattoria. The human-friendly dishes were inspired by Fancy Feast's new Medley's cat food line. The pop-up restaurant will be open for dinner. Reservations on August 11th and 12th. Only a lucky few will have the chance to enjoy the cat or human food. Experience is limited to a total of 16 guests, and everything on the menu is free. I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Anything about this?
I don't either.
All right, well, keep you posted. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.